I think they have to pivot because what you don't want is what happened this past Saturday night in Knoxville. They played a clip at a house show, a live event, as fans were filling in of what happened last night as it was airing on SmackDown. And when The Rock came out, the entire crowd booed. Process what we're saying. This is the biggest star in the world, arguably the most beloved star in WWE history. People are thrilled that The Rock is there. They just didn't want him in this story. I think it was a misstep. I think they'll fix it. I think they'll recover. I think everyone will get what they want at WrestleMania. But I know what I want. I want what a lot of folks want. Hashtag we want Cody. Available now at 83weeksmerch.com.
Buy the shirt. Support the man. Buy the shirt.
I do want to ask, you tweeted out that some of this made you think of the Sting NWO storyline. You're uniquely qualified to make that comparison. Talk to us about that.
How many times have you heard me say that I value my mistakes more than my success?
Well,
because you learn more, and that's a perfect example. I compromised. I was faced much, I would say, like the situation that WWE is in right now is nothing like the situation that I faced when the night of the event and Sting showed up in my office along with Hulk Hogan, and we had to kind of lay out the finish, so to speak. Everything kind of got turned upside down in that moment. That was about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, day of the event. So I had about 6 hours to try to solve that problem. WWE's got 8 weeks.
Yes.
I compromised because I was faced in a situation. I was able to develop a compromise finish, and it left everybody disappointed. Immediate reaction. Go back and watch it. You and I have covered that show. If you go back and watch it, people in the arena, in the venue, in the moment, they all cheered. They didn't even know. Fast count, slow count, Bret Hart, no Bret Hart, whatever. All they reacted to was the title change or the 3 count. But afterwards, when all the information came in and everybody realized what really happened and what really didn't happen, because it was so different than what they wanted to happen. We told that story for, I don't know what it was, 12 months, 18 months. Really, if you look at Sting showing up and having been doubted by the people that were formerly his peers and supporters and friends and all that, that entire story, however long it lasted, 16, 18 months, whatever it was, didn't matter. We built towards a finish. There was a decision that we made early on. This is what we want to have happen. We want Sting to come in and finally win clean, no disputes, no controversy, just flat out win. Finally, WCW gets its payback. And we muddied it up. But what I learned is you don't disappoint your audience. You just don't. Gary Considine, to quote Gary once again, the audience votes with their remote. And I think it's a testimony to the creative team in WWE. It's a testimony to Cody Rhodes and everybody that he's worked with up until last week that were so invested in the story and Cody finishing the story that you got the negative reaction that you got on YouTube, 500,000 dislikes or whatever, and all the chatter in the audience. And where were they? Where they got that negative reaction for a live event?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee. All that says to me is the creative team that worked so hard and did such a great job leading up to this point, we're all still there. They're smart enough to recognize what I learned the hard way. I had 6 hours to fix my problem. They've got 8 weeks to fix theirs. And they're more talented and smarter, and there's more of them that are more talented and smarter than I was at the time. I just don't have the fear that this is going to end up bad. I think it's going to end up fucking better than it was originally.
Well, the idea is we're trying to establish Cody as this underdog who's overcome so much, whether it was Brock Lesnar or getting screwed last year at the WrestleMania main event, or having to win back-to-back Rumbles, or wrestling with one arm. I mean, with that torn pec and a Hell in a Cell. So they're telling the story. But speaking of the story, I asked you about the Sting comparison. And of course, you and I had a pretty famous, or maybe now infamous, discussion about Starrcade 97. And someone tweeted out something pretty funny over the weekend that was relative to that. Not tanned enough, pal.
I was hoping somebody was going to bring that up. Yeah, you do. You know, I saw Cody in that promo for Monday night with South and again on Friday, and tan game is a little soft. So work on that, bro.
It's going to be a fun ride. They're doing the big press conference in Las Vegas this Thursday. I don't know that we'll get all the answers, but let's remind everybody that, quote unquote, in storyline, The Rock has to earn his shot to face Roman. You don't just show up and get a title shot. So maybe they'll do something at Elimination Chamber. Maybe we'll find out more at the press conference this Thursday. But I, like you, have faith that they're going to pivot, because I still suspect this is a PR move. And the reason I say that is because I know there's a lot of people online who say, oh no, this happened because Punk got injured.
What?
No, I mean, maybe him wrestling Seth Rollins, but let's just say if Punk hadn't been injured, it was clear they were working towards him and Seth Rollins. And maybe that would have, I don't know what was going to happen, but maybe at the time, maybe Punk won the Elimination Chamber for the right to face Seth. But they started that Seth CM Punk storyline before Punk even worked in the freaking company. I don't buy that. And I think I would have been okay with the pivot to Rock had Rock won the Rumble, but to do it this way, it almost makes the Royal Rumble meaningless to me. Like, either the winner challenges for the title or they don't. And I know you could say, well, he could pick, but that's not the story that we've been referencing. So I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to go glass half full, and we're going to see how it plays out. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.